Hello everyone, welcome back to this lecture. In our previous lecture, we have talked about the generation of computers, how the generation of computers had been classified, on which particular basis. But right now we are talking about the classification of computers, on which factors the computers are being classified. So let's quickly start this lecture. Computers can be divided in various fields depending upon the functionality and the performance of it. So, the computers are classified on the basis of its performance and its functionality. So, what are the major factors on which the computer are being classified? So, it is based on the size, on the functionality, and on the basis of data handling. So, majorly these three factors are being considered: the size, the functionality, and the power of data handling. So, let's start with the size. Basis on size. So, the computers are classified on the basis of size. So, it starts with the quantum computers, which is very powerful enough. Then coming to the supercomputers, which are just behind the quantum computers. Then comes the mainframe computers, then is the mini computers. So, these are the computers that are being classified on the basis of size. Let's start with the quantum computers. Quantum computers. The quantum computer, the quantum name suggests over here, it deals with the physics phenomena. So, quantum computers deals with the quantum of physics. A quantum computer is any device for computation that make direct use of distinctively quantum mechanical phenomena such as superposition and entanglement to perform operations of data. So basically, quantum computers just takes the references of the physics, we can say, or the physics phenomena to complete the operations of a data or to calculate those things. If we talk about supercomputers, supercomputer is a computer that performs at or nearly the highest operation rates of computers. The actual performance of computers is measured in flops instead of minutes per second. Most of the fast computers of the world run on the Linux-based operating systems. So, as I told you that, first of all, we were having quantum computers that takes physics, or we can say quantum physics phenomena, in their considerations. They are very quite large number. On the second number is the supercomputers that also work very fast like our ordinary computers, but they measure in flops instead of MIBS. And mostly fastest computer in the world that are run are on Linux based operating system. So these supercomputers calculate so fast, and where they are being used? They are used in the space stations, they are used in weather forecasting because they are quite enough, they are having a quite capability to calculate the results and giving the results in a very fast manner. So this is all about the supercomputer. Talking about the quantum computers, like supercomputers work measures in flops, whereas supercomputers measured in qubits. Moving to the next one is the mainframe computers. Most of these, everyone have seen these computers in large organizations, in MNCs. They basically use these kinds of computers to complete their tasks. So these computers are used primarily by large organizations for critical applications, bulk processing, consuming statistics, enterprise roles and planning. So I was talking about these computers are majorly used in multinational companies. Why so? Because they have a large number of data processing, bulk processing, consumer stats and enterprise resources and planning. So these mainframe computers stands out over there. They make the processing very fast for the consumers over there and the users that are sitting on that particular area. Their high stability and reliability enables this machine to run unrepeatably for a very long period of time, with mean time failure MTBF measures in decades. So these machines are so reliable that getting an error over here is very difficult. So means that their interrupting, we can say, is very long periods of time, and it is measured in decades. So you can see how powerful and how reliable these machines are. So that's why big MNCs use these kinds of mainframe computers. Talking about the next one, that is the mini computer. Mini computer, these computers came into market in mid 1960s and were sold at a much cheaper price than the mainframe computers. And they were actually designed for control, instrumental, human interaction and communication. So mainly the mini computer are those computers that we are using right now, like the laptops and everything. These are some of the mini computers that are very quite cheap, cheaper than the mainframe computers, and provides human interaction, so they get the knowledge of basic computers. When single chip CPU processors appeared beginning with the Intel 4004 in 1971, the term mini computer came to mean that machine is in the middle range of computing spectrum in between the smallest mainframe to the mini computers, to the microcomputers. So this is in between of the large mainframe computers to the smallest one, so that everyone can afford it and can use the and get entertained by the computers. So this was all about on the basis of size. So as you see, the size trends decreases. First of all, we were having quantum computers that were very huge number in size. Then we came to the supercomputer that were a large, the size were quite smaller as compared to the quantum computers. Then we came towards the mainframe computer that were having a lesser number of size as compared to the supercomputers. Then it came to the mini computer that is having a lesser small number of size as compared to the mainframe computers. Then comes the microcomputers that are very quite small as comparing with the mini computer. So let's take the next factor. What is that? That is on the basis of data handling. So previously it was on the basis of size. Right now it is on the basis of data handling. So we are having analog computers, digital computers and hybrid computers. So these are some of the computers that are classified on the basis of data handling. Analog computers. An analog computer or an analog computer is a type of computer that uses continuously changeable aspects of physical phenomena such as electrical, mechanical or hydraulic quantities to model the problem being solved. So over here we are looking for the analog computers. Means they just take the, we can say they take the values of analog such as electrical, mechanical or hydraulic quantities to complete their problems. So this was about analog computers. Talking about the digital computers. So you talked about an analog. So they were taking the mechanical or the numerical values or the quantities is from a specific data and getting to solve the problems. But in digital, you are getting digital data. So the digital computer is a digital system that performs various computational tasks. The word digital implies that the information in the computer is represented by variables that take limited number of discrete values. So similarly, over here they take a very number of discrete values that are out of digital computers. So basically analog computers, they take the physical values, with the digital they take about the electronical devices. Just keep it simple so that you will be quite clear about those, both the digital and analog computers. Talking about hybrid computers. Hybrid computers, you have seen about a various number of computers. Hybrid computers are computers that exhibit features of both analog computer as well as the digital computers. So hybrid refers over here, it is the combination of analog computers as well as the digital computers. A hybrid computer computing system that both combines both digital and analog components. So the components over here are of similar of analog and digital. So you can see some examples over here of it's a very large laptop, the convertible laptops. So these are some of the hybrid computers. So this was on the basis of data handling. Now we will be looking to the third factor, that is on the basis of functionality. So this is on the basis of functionality. What functionality means? How they have to perform. So they are divided into servers, workstations, and embedded computers. So these are the functionality that a particular computer has to do. So first of all, we did with the basis of size, then we did on the basis of data handling, now we are doing on the basis of functionality. Let's look what is a server. A server is a computer program or a device that provides functionality for other programs to call device, or we are known as clients. So basically server is a very big, we can say, a system in which all the data has been stored so that the clients can access the data, or the user sitting on the other side can access the data from a particular website. This architecture is called a client server model, and a single overall computation is distributed across multiple processes or devices. So we can just assume that a server has plenty number of requests coming, so that the server should have a quite capable power so that it could perform or accept or provide the services to all the clients that are being over there. So the architecture that is based is on the client server model, and a single overall computation is distributed across multiple processes or devices. So it divides equal computation so that it doesn't get overloaded. So you can see an example of a server over here. You have seen this kinds of servers in various MNCs, so that these provides lot of services, we can say like this. Talking about the next thing, that is workstations. Workstations offer higher performance than mainstream personal computers, especially respect to CPU and graphics, memory capacity, and multitasking capability. So these workstations are lesser than the servers, but more than that of a personal computers. In respect where we can talk about CPU, graphics, memory capacity, and multitasking capability. These are more than of a personal laptop. They have a more power that can provide in terms of CPU, graphics, memory card, memory, we can say capacity. They are having a large number of loads of power to this, so they can complete the operations on a particular thing. So this is all about the work frame, or we can say workstations. So first of all, we are having servers, and in between we get the workstations. Workstations are less powerful than the servers, but more powerful than a particular personal computer. Then comes the embedded computer. Embedded computers. They are the computing devices which are used in other machines to serve limited sets of requirements. The processing unit in such device work to those basic requirements, only different for those that are used in personal computers. So we can say embedded computers are just for performing a single task, not a multitasking level, just to perform a single task. For example, you have seen a Raspberry Pi, or we can say you have seen Arduino. They are only mentioned, or we can say they are used only for a single purpose, not for a multiple purpose, because they can perform only single operation. So these are known as embedded. All the everything are being embedded in that particular device. So in our lecture, we have completed all the classification of the computers, how they have been classified, on which factors, on the factor of size, on factor of data handling, and on the factor of functionality. So these are the three major aspects on which the computer are being classified. So till now, thank you.